The following is a special presentation from ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
This is SportsCenter.
Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Browns win by a comfortable margin. The Saints won this contest, but will stay at the first place in the NFC South. Bernard Berrian had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey? Ravens, Giants. Eli Manning.
Mark signals at the 24-yard line. Do they go to the end zone here? Takes a little extra time at the snap. Good pocket, slings it, and a perfect timing pattern for a touchdown.
The Giants win this one by the final score of 30-27. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the 49ers win their fourth game of the year. Anquan Bolden had amazingly over 200 yards receiving and helped his Cardinals beat the Seahawks. Down in the deep south of Atlanta, we had the Falcons lose by an astounding 29 points. Texans, Colts. Falcons lose. Bob Sanders.
And his receiver wants to keep him tight and cuts in front. Read that throw perfectly. Inside the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown.
The Colts win this one by the final score of 19-17. Over in the stadium, we had the Panthers come away with a 7-point win. The Bengals defense held their opponents to under 50 rushing yards in their win at Paul Brown Stadium. The Cowboys won on the road and will now head home to meet the 49ers. Bears, Packers. The 40 Davis
Is ready at the 31-yard line. Play gets underway. Close coverage. Oh, now with a beautiful move gets open, and it's a 6th spot.
The Bears go on to win this by the final score of 34-31. The Raiders won this contest, but will stay at the first place in the AFC West. Javon Kirsch had yet another productive game, keeping his streak alive, but in the end, it wasn't enough to get the win. Chris Chambers had over 50 yards receiving and helped his Chargers beat the Steelers. And in our final game, we had the Jets come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.